What is up, everybody? Solomon here. Super excited to be with Genfinity, interviewing a multitude of builders across Web3. Here we are for day 2 of the Hedera XAI demo days. Super excited to be showcasing, I believe, 7 pitch participants again today. We have a legendary panel up on stage between Hashgraph Online, Hashgraph Representation, XTC Foundation, Helix, Funders, HiveMind, Headstarter, Algorand Foundation, Outlier Ventures. That being said, just a quick overview of the format. Again, there's going to be some showcases today that are kind of external to the pitches. There's also going to be a special guest joining us in about an hour. Yesterday we had Mance Harmon. Today we have another extremely legendary OG within the Hedera ecosystem. The format of each of these pitches as we get into it is going to be 15 minutes. The first 3 minutes will be either a guest, a judge, or a VC kind of intro for 3 minutes. And then we're going to get right into the founder pitch, which is minute 3 to minute 6. After the founder pitches, minute 6 to minute 15 will be judge feedback, Q&A, and a transition into the next pitch. I am Ryan Solomon with Genfinity. Happy to be your host today. Hopefully we transition this smoothly. I'm going to kick it over to Michael to give us a little bit of an intro from himself.
Thanks, Ryan. Really appreciate the intro. And thank you all for joining us today for Hedera XAI Day 2. Today is going to be really great. We've got action-packed mix of participants here and showcases, and we're really excited about that. Again, for those who don't know who I am Michael Cantor, president of Hashgraph Online. And as part of this hackathon, we created OpenConvey, which is the AI agent, AI to AI decentralized communication protocol. And a number of our pitches today will actually showcase that functionality. Thank you all for coming on to join us, and I'll pass the mic over here to Patches, who's with Hashgraph.
Yeah, this is an exciting day. Yesterday was awesome demos. Got to see a bunch of good stuff that was created in the hackathon. And we're just excited to be a part of the bleeding edge of Web3 and AI convergence. And like Michael said, on Hedera, Hashgraph Online has created something called OpenConvey, which is hackathon used to create different toolings and different projects that we're all going to judge and see again today. And it's just exciting. So I'm glad anyone who's tuning in, you're at the right place at the right time, I would argue. And we're going to see some more cool projects that were created in the hackathon and learn from some other showcases of just what is actively happening between the convergence of these two technologies and what that can unlock for the future of the next 2, 5, 6 months for consumers and just for how we interact with the digital internet.
I'll mention real quick for anybody watching this, please like, share, retweet. You should be able to comment in the comments. I know we're streaming this through Genfinity. I know the Hedera main account is also streaming this, and a gigantic shout out to Hashpack, who is also streaming this alongside anybody else who's streaming this up here on stage. But Cantor, I know you have kind of a showcase for us before we hop into the first pitches, and I know that our first pitch participant's waiting in the wings. So Cantor, I'm going to hand it over to you while you walk us through the first showcase that you have.
Thanks, Solomon. And just real quick before I do that, for context, through the hackathon, we also launched a new website for Moonscape. And if you go to moonscape.tech, you can actually start accessing and playing with AI agents in testnet on Hedera. Today, we have over 280 agents that are registered on testnet from the hackathon and other ecosystem partners that have been getting ready for the public launch of OpenConvey. Inside of that portal, you can browse, connect, and communicate with AI agents utilizing the standard. All the communications are public and hosted on each CS topics, so you can monitor them and talk to these agents, and you can have AI agent, machine to AI, and human to AI communications through this standard. This morning, the thing that I want to demo is a little bit forward-looking into the next chapter of OpenConvey. I'll just come in here and I'll play this video to get you guys started, and I'll kind of jump right into that. Do let me know if the volume levels are good as we're playing this. Thanks, everyone. So that was Human in the Loop, which is the new era that we're heading to with OpenConvey. It is part of a new operation that we're adding to the HCS standard called transaction. And this is also part of a broader effort that we are assisting with Hashgraph Online through the Hedera agent kit, which has been completely revamped from scratch. We've got a brand new agent kit, and part of that was thanks to your participation in this hackathon. We got a lot of feedback, and we realized that there was a ton of things that we could do to improve the agent kit. And with this new transaction operation, what you can essentially do is you can take your agents to that next level. With the V1 of HCS 10, you were able to send communications, and you're able to talk to these agents, and agents could talk to each other, and machines could talk to these agents. But what you weren't able to do is have this human in the loop experience, as the demo kind of shows, where, let's say, even in these examples, they're quite trivial. It's like sending HBAR or creating a token or an NFT collection. You can easily take that to the next level, where you have these specialized agents. For example, you might have a saucer swap agent. Saucer swap is the largest DEX on Hedera that creates swap transactions. I want to swap 5 HBAR to 5 USDC. Boom, the agent takes the transaction bytes, puts it into the channel of communication, and you can see that visual breakdown that I have here. And if Ryan, if you can quickly toggle back to the screen that I'm sharing. And the really cool thing is, from the user experience, you get a breakdown exactly of what's going on with that transaction. You have the name, the symbol, the type, and agents, they make mistakes all the time. So as part of the new agent kit functionality and as part of the transaction operator, we've lifted up those inferences to the user. So the agent says, well, I've made some inferences based on your prompt. It says, we've assumed the decimal places, we've assumed it's finite, and the supply is this, and the treasury account is this. And then it shows you those inferences in line in that transaction. So as a user, you can read this and you can think, okay, cool, it made some assumptions, I'm okay with those assumptions. Or you can say, I'm not okay with this, actually, I meant this. So you have that flexibility where the user can provide a prompt that's completely awful, and the AI agent will be smart enough to determine what you actually meant with that prompt. If it wasn't, then you can go back and say, well, I actually meant this. This is actually what I wanted to do. And because under the hood, this is utilizing Hedera scheduled transactions, you can have up to 3 months to decide to actually approve and send that transaction. So if you're building AI agents on Moonscape or OpenConvey, check out our newest release of the Standards SDK. Give that an install. Check out the newest release of the Hedera agent kit under the Hashgraph Online repo right now. And you can start playing around with the human in the loop and creating these innovative experiences inside of your AI to AI, human to AI communications. And that's human in the loop.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael. I think we're going to hop into our first pitch here and want to welcome up to the stage Frankie. We're also going to be doing an intro from Kayla of HiveMind here. So, but before we get to that, I wanted to give kind of a broad overview of Frankie Agent. Frankie Agent is a decentralized framework that enables users to monetize idle devices, for example, smartphones, by deploying local AI agents powered by lightweight LLMs or large language models and tracked via Hedera's blockchain infrastructure. It decentralizes AI compute resources incentivizes device participation through HBAR rewards, and ensures privacy via on-device inference while creating a transparent marketplace for distributed AI services. So we're excited to see Frankie's pitch here momentarily, but before we get to that, I wanted to allow Kayla from HiveMind to maybe give us like a 3-minute or less kind of overview of all the initiatives you're involved with HiveMind and what you're excited about for today with the pitches. And let me try to move to a spotlight layout, which is not perfect, but here we go. Hi, Kayla. Thank you. Oh, did she hop? She's not here. Oh, here she is still.
Hey, everybody. Can you hear me? I
Yeah,
seem
you're
to be
good.
having some buffering issues with my audio video, so hopefully it hangs in there. But it's great to be here. Really appreciate you all having me on. So I'm a VC at HiveMind Capital, asset manager, and so we invest across a couple different strategies. We have a venture fund, which is where I sit on our team. We also have a liquid fund. We have an NFT fund. And we have an incubation arm as well. On the venture side of things, I can give a little bit more context, as that's probably most relevant to the teams on today. Are relatively sector agnostic across the crypto space, which includes AI, and we do spend a good amount of time there. And in terms of kind of where we invest, we're fairly flexible. We can invest anywhere from pre-seed through later stages, with check sizes ranging anywhere from $250K up to 10 million. And we can lead rounds or we can follow on. And so we're relatively flexible there. The teams presenting today, we have been especially excited about new agentic frameworks and the role that especially payments can play in the AI agent space.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kayla. Really appreciate it. So we're going to hop into this. Gabriel, I'm going to give you kind of a brief overview of what this looks like. If you do have a screen that you want us to share, I can load that up now so that it's ready. Would you like me to load up your screen, Gabriel?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Am I audible? Is
Yes.
everything good from my side? Yeah.
Sound good. We can hear you. All right. So the way that this is going to work is we have a 3-minute timer here. As soon as I hit the 3-minute timer, your time starts. If you go over the time, you'll hear an annoying sound that will stop your time, and I'll mute your mic. And then we'll hop into the questions and answer session from the judges as well. So, are you ready for your 3-minute time slot?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, your 3-minute time slot begins right now.
Hey all, I'm Gabriel, and we build Frankie agents, a way to monetize your old devices by turning them into efficient AI agent hosts. Frankie is inspired by an anime character who rebuilt himself with metal parts after losing his limbs, transforming broken parts into something powerful. That's what we do with the old devices. We are tackling two big problems: over 5.3 billion phones contributing to 17 million tons of e-waste, and the rising cost of AI agent hosting with $60 billion market by 2030. This makes hosting AI agents costly and inefficient, especially for smaller users. So that's where Frankie steps in. With Frankie, anyone can turn an old device into an AI agent node and start earning from it. Developers can deploy AI agents permissionlessly on these devices. Our system runs a 3 billion parameter model locally on the device so that there's no need for cloud LLMs. It's fast, local, and efficient. Frankie helps old device owners get started quickly. They follow a simple guide, scan a QR code, and verify the ownership of the device on chain. The agent creators can browse the device, choose one, and deploy the AI agent. They can encrypt secrets using LIT protocol and make it only accessible by the device hosting the agent. You can interact with any public agent by directly messaging the agent on chain or by making an API call. Now let's talk about how we are bringing this to the market. Our target market covers early startups spending $5 billion annually on AI infrastructure, 3.8 billion smartphones with 20 billion worth of idle device energy, and 1.5 million indie developers investing $1 billion in AI hosting. We plan to acquire users through commercial outlets like HF, Reddit, and Discord, engage hacker and dev communities, partner with e-waste shops, tap into Web3 ecosystems, and create open source SDKs, dev support, and content. We collect a 20% fee from hosting and API usage, offer feature placements for agent creators, and monetize via tiered Swarm credits for advanced API access. So now let's look at a quick demo to see our MVP in action. So first we sign up and follow a quick setup guide and set up our mobile device. So this is an emulator running. And once it's set up, you see a QR and a link. So I'm going to paste this link and enter all the details necessary to register the device. And once it's registered, you get an acknowledgement on the device. And once you have a device, you can register an agent on the device. Here you set up the basic information about the device, and you're using the Hedera agent kit to deploy this agent on-chain. So once we register it on-chain, we create all the topics necessary to interact with the agent. And once the agent is live, we can interact with it in the Moonscape portal. Or there are two ways to interact with the agent. As I said, you can directly interact with it with an API call or message it to the connection topic. Or create a connection with the inbound topic and message it with the connection here, like in the Explorer. All right, so this is our team, and hope you like the demo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Frankie. I think that was under the 3 minutes. Good timing, lots of great content there. First, we've got a question here from Ty, who's from Hashgraph, as Senior Product Manager. What do you have for us, Ty?
Yeah, it was a really fast video, but it was very cool to show an entire install through all of the portals. I think it's very difficult to fit an entire pitch with something this expansive into 3 minutes. So just kudos to that. Sped up video really worked for my brain. So that was really cool to see. I saw that you use Lit protocol, and very interested in Lit. And I think it's a really cool protocol, but I've never interacted with it. What made you choose that for this solution, and what specifically does that bring in security for your users? Does it secure the fact that the AI can't get to other parts of their phone, or is it something more about their key list? Can you just explain a little bit more about the security you're bringing there?
It's for the ENV. So each agent has an ENV, right? The secrets to make the agent work. So let's say an OpenAI API key or any other API keys. So you could encrypt your secrets using Lit and make sure that only the device hosting your agent can decrypt it based on on-chain condition. Let's say I register a device address to only be able to decrypt my secrets. And based on this condition, the Lit would be decrypting the secrets for the device. Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you.
That was great. We've got Ryan, you've got some feedback around the pitch. And also, by the way, I am running a timer, so anything that goes over 1 minute, I will stop you. Ryan.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say we watched a bunch of these yesterday, and the actual pitch that you put together, I felt like was really comprehensive. So great job. We got to see kind of the tech solution. We got to see the use case. We got to see the go-to-market strategy, which I think was one of the things that for me was kind of lacking yesterday was, where's the revenue driver? So yeah, great job. That's my only feedback. And yeah.
Agreed. Next, we've got Alex here with a question. Alex is from Funders VC. If you are a startup and you're looking for investment, remember to look out for funders. Alex, what do you have for us?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for a pitch, and I agree, it's very VC or investable pitch deck. You probably need to get some traction or to find some pre-seed VCs as well. So it looks really good. From my side, I have only one question. For me, it seems like that a lot of users who can monetize their devices are in developing countries. So are there any ideas on how to solve the issues with unstable internet? Is it a problem for, let's say, AI usage on the devices or not?
Yes, exactly. So we researched on this topic when we were actually ideating this project. And the first example that we came up with was Filecoin, because Filecoin has a system where they have a staking mechanism. But we thought it's not really feasible because the device owners cannot promise 100% uptime. So we have a service which would actually constantly check the uptime of these devices and switch the hosting of the agent to another device if a device is getting it's not having good uptime. So if I had more time, I would have elaborated that on this deck. a demo, but we have implemented that already. Yeah. So it would just, let's say if a device is not up for like 5 minutes or so, it would automatically switch the agent to be hosting on another device. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Next, we've got Pietro with a question. I know you mentioned having audio issues earlier, but if you're ready, I think we can have you up here.
All good. Yeah, thank you, sir, for that. Hi, Gabriel. Thanks for the presentation. I agree with what Alex said. It's a very, very investable pitch deck. Not only that, like the refinement and polishment of it, but also the area you're targeting. It's a very clear problem, let's say, or a very unique problem that you found. It's not the usual, regurgitated copy of some other product, if you know what I mean. So I find that very interesting. I'm more asking on the side of constraints. So is it any device? Are there any technicalities that would not allow you to run this, for example?
Yes. So we tried running it in a really low-end Android phone, and we were able to run a 3 billion parameter model, but it was not really efficient as running on a Samsung S23. But we can definitely run like weaker models on weaker mobile phones and stronger models on stronger mobile phones, so that we could compromise the workload on different devices based on the request made by the agent, right? So we are currently working on something called device swarms, which would have one device as a orchestrator and which would segregate tasks to multiple devices to complete multiple tasks concurrently. So this would effectively solve this problem of device performance for hosting these agents. Yeah.
Great. So if I can have a follow-up on that, what is the level of technical knowledge that someone would need to run something like this? So obviously,
Actually,
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, sorry for interrupting you. We have a YouTube video which is very straightforward. You just need to, it's like 8 minutes. You need to just follow that and run one CLI command. So it's like, because we need to boot your entire mobile phone and run it in the Linux runtime. So that's how we get the entire full efficiency of the device. And you just need to run one CLI command and your device is ready. It shows up a QR code. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I know those kind of screens can be scary sometimes to non-technical
Yeah,
people.
yeah. We are still thinking of how to make it more intuitive. We definitely work on that. Yeah.
Great. Thanks.
Fantastic. We have room here for, I think, one or two more questions. Scott, you're up next. Scott is from Helix, a fractional advisor.
Hey, great pitch. Definitely a very smart way to conquer old devices, especially when we have a supply-demand issue in the market. I think it's a great approach, and everyone has a bunch of old devices laying around, especially in the age of DPIN. I think this is a great place to take advantage. Have you been out in the market testing what the supply and the demand side looks like right now and who would be willing to use this? Because I would imagine people would be worried about some reliability on old devices and as their requirements if they're running models, and even if they're taking some pieces from a Samsung S20 to an older device. I guess what's been the testing requirements of the demand side, and have you gone out to, or your exact go-to-market on the demand and supply side?
Oh yeah, so we just bootstrapped this entire it's okay. We built this entire product. Yes, sure. We built this entire product just in time for the hackathon, and we are yet to move it forward with actually making this go to the users or testing it with the users, and we definitely do that and let you know. Yeah,
sounds good.
Yeah,
awesome. Well, thank you so much, Frankie, for joining today. Great pitch. As we said with everybody else yesterday, we know how difficult it is to come up on stage and pitch, and awesome job today. We're going to rotate you down here and get Smart App Studio up on stage, so bear with me for a second. And we have Liko up here. Liko, let's do a quick 1 second mic check.
Hey, hello.
How you doing? So the way that this is going to work, and I'll do just a brief intro of Smart App. and then we're going to have Lance Lilly, XDC Foundation Ecosystem Development Manager, give 3 minutes or less on what he's excited about. But for those that aren't aware, Smart App Studio is an AI-powered platform that enables developers to build decentralized applications within the smart nodes and Hedera ecosystem without writing smart contracts, leveraging dynamic NFT licenses and H-Suite tokens for access. It streamlines Web3 development by eliminating smart contract complexities, enhances security through Hedera's HCS10 protocol for auditability, and accelerates decentralized application adoption through accessible AI-driven tools. So shout out to H-Suite Technology here as well. I wanted to allow, before we hop in, let's get if I'm going to get the spotlight here again, I want to bring Lance up to the stage here. It's always awesome to see cross collaboration in this space. Lance, tell us a little bit about what you do within XDC Foundation, what you're excited about within the XDC ecosystem, and what you're excited about today with the Hedera XAI pitches in about 3 minutes or less.
Yeah, thanks everybody for having me here. I get to do quite a few live streams with Genfinity and Ryan, and they're always pretty good. It's good to be here with everybody else too from other communities and ecosystems. So my name's Lance, Ecosystem Development at XDC Foundation. So my role can kind of vary depending really on what needs we have or focuses we have. I've done anything from a little bit of developer relations work, organizing hackathons, communications focused more on developers, also working on special projects to seek out integrations or needs within the ecosystem, and then helping lead those initiatives to get those integrations done. A lot of public speaking stuff, event coordinating stuff, and then also if we have maybe a specific integration or project that we're working on, just helping put the teams together that are needed and necessary to get those projects across the finish line. So a little bit of everything. It really kind of molds into what are some major needs that we sort of have at the moment. And XDC Network, it's a layer 1 EVM chain. It was initially built, for work in trade finance and real world asset tokenization, but it is a public blockchain that also has more of community-driven, dApps and projects as well. So a little bit of both. And looking forward to seeing some more pitches today. So thanks for having me.
Awesome, Lance. Thank you so much. Let me unmute your mic, Lico. And so the way this is going to work is we have a 3-minute timer here. Do you want me to load your deck up on the screen before we get started?
Yes, please.
All right, your deck is on the screen. If you are ready, I will give you the heads up that your time starts, and then we'll be live. So are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. I'm hitting your 3-minute timer right now.
So, hey everyone, I'm Leko, developer at Hashgraph and the creator of Smart App Studio, an AI agent that helps you build decentralized applications without writing smart contracts. The problem H-Suite solves today is that developers who want to build in Web3 were forced to deal with smart contracts. And that means complex logic, high fees, and slow execution. So Hashgraph has built a solution that is the smart nodes. There are off-chain validators that enforce your app logic, co-sign transactions, and manage access using NFTs and tokens, all powered by Hedera native services. I think we can all agree that a powerful technology means nothing if people don't know how to use it, right? Well, building on smart app and working with smart nodes is actually easy once you get it. But since we use a unique code structure, developers need a bit of guidance to get started. And that's why I created the Smart App Studio, your AI assistant trained on real Hashgraph architecture. You can just describe what you want to build, and the AI helps you to create your app logic, roles, permissions, and validators, all set up to exactly the way smart apps are designed to work. Here's our demo. You first connect your wallet using Wallet Connect. Then you can mint a dynamic NFT license that stores your chat history, subscriptions, and access keys. Then you pay for our subscription that unlocks the project creations and AI chats. And you can finally create your chat and start talking with the AI about your app idea. For example, here, a simple membership application. And the AI will guide you to set the validators and config files just right. So behind the scenes, we use dynamic NFTs for access control and user data storage. Here you can see the user license topic, where messages for license creation, subscription, and project creations are submitted. And also use HCS topics to track every operation your smart app performs, like chat history, usage metrics, and you can see here in this topic. Here we have our agent at Moonscape and his inbound topic, proving that every action is logged on chain using HCS10 and following the suggested standards. And besides that, we also use HCS tokens for gating user mentoring. And what's next? We are transforming Smart App Studio into a Smart App itself, running entirely into a Smart Nodes network. It will manage access, subscriptions, and even encrypted chat messages for the user privacy. And also working in Smart AI training for even more accurate and helpful responses, and preview templates to start from, like DAOs, marketplace, memberships, and more. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leko. Right, we're doing really well with this 3-minute timer, guys. You guys are doing great. Loving the deck so far. All right, we've got 3 questions up here right now. First off, Kayla from HiveMind, you've got it.
Hey, so this is really interesting, but I'm curious how you develop, or how do you think about developing a long-term competitive moat in this space?
Well, smart nodes technology are something very unique itself, and we are the only project doing this on Hedera. So building this Smart App Studio, I think it's something that will have soon any competitors, and alongside with other tools that we can have, AI fits very well, and we are working to make it great.
Thanks. I think to just clarify Kayla's question, I think she was wondering, what is the moat? What, aside from being the only company that's doing this, what is it going to bring people to your application and keep them there?
Okay, so we are training this AI to understand how our architecture works and smart apps, and we have to be the best at building smart apps on the smart nodes technology from HBAR Suite. So yeah, I think that's enough to keep the users using it.
Thanks, Leko. Next, we've got Patches here from Hashgraph, or Ty, sorry.
Both. Yeah. Very cool. So my question would be, you said in the middle there that the smart app is going to be hosted on a smart node. So seemingly a decentralized system, or can you explain what your roadmap is? And so you have this simplified AI user experience inside of H Suite, and then you're going to host that experience on a smart node. Can you describe why and what security benefits and just the future of the project that you're looking for extra value that you're providing?
Yeah, the main thing on the roadmap is to make the Smart App Studio app become a smart app itself. Because right now it's not, because smart nodes are not live yet. We have a few nodes running privately for a few business companies, but we're having some issues launching it for mainnet and for public adoption. So Smart App will become the Smart App Studio will become a smart app as soon as I can really build this and make it public. Also launching it on a developer portal that we have also, and making it for everyone to use it and create his own projects on HBAR Suite technology, smart nodes.
Thanks, Leko. We've got another question here from Ryan.
Yeah, I was wondering, and maybe I missed it, but can you just talk a little bit about the revenue model?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, sure. It's based on subscription model, so you can pay a subscription monthly, and you have access to a few projects you can create, a few messages that you can send to the AI, and this is monthly paid as a subscription.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We have 5 minutes, guys. Anybody has any feedback or any questions?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we maybe didn't touch on is what is the go-to-market strategy for SmartUp Studio? How do you get this application in people's hands?
Well, once actual developers can build smart apps, this will be incentivized by HBAR Suite as a tool, and will be launched on a platform as like a marketplace we have for smart apps. So this is the combo for us to have this being adopted to the users. Did I get your question?
Yeah. So what I got from the go-to-market strategy is it's around leveraging H-Suite's community for marketing promotion. And Leko, you are actually you're a core team member of H-Suite, right?
Yeah, I am.
Cool.
But this is not an HBAR Suite project. It's my project, right? So I'm doing like extra time here for developing this because I think this could really help the developers to help us to onboard more developers, because it's a part for technology, and AI could help us to onboard more developers.
Got it. Yeah. One thing from my side, like with the go-to-market strategies, always recommend thinking about how you're going to tap into that developer flywheel. It's great that you have a community that you can leverage, but also just like thinking a little bit outside of that box and what that kind of looks like for your community. There's a lot of things that you can do to incentivize people to use your application or play with it, or you just provide flat out utility that they need and they want in their hands today, combined with some good advertising, can really work. We've got both a question and feedback here from Pietro from Outlier Ventures.
Hi, yes. So thanks for the presentation. Just quickly off of what Kayla said, pretty much. When you're building in the area of AI-enabled simplification of technical tasks, which is pretty much what you're doing, right? You're giving the option to build something, whereas people previously didn't, because they just didn't have enough knowledge of that one thing. It's very important for me as an investor, but in general, to understand your USPs of how you're positioned competitively, not only in Hedera, but in general in the space, and to understand why there's clear advantages from a structural perspective, from the team and your roadmap and what you're building, or in general, to understand that you're positioned much better than your competitors. I'm not saying that's not the case, absolutely not. But those are likely questions that will always be asked when you're building in this area of, we're giving you a product to simplify your life. And the first question I ask is, well, why can I not then look at your competitors and see who's building something better, if you see what I mean? So it's more of a question/feedback. If you already want to answer it, please go ahead. Otherwise, I'll just keep it as a feedback for now.
Yeah, no, I take that as a feedback. Yeah.
Great. We have 1 minute here, so maybe we'll transition. I don't know, unless Marco, you've got.
Let's get Marco a quick question and a quick answer from Leko, and then I'll just take some time out from the intro for the next one. But Marco.
Okay, I tried to keep this short. I maybe missed the slide about the TAM, the total addressable market. I would assume it to be rather small. If you want to use this as some kind of onboarding tool, have you considered creating this as some kind of integration for one of the bigger AI vibe coding tools that already exist?
Sorry, I quite doesn't understand you. Sorry.
The question is, have you considered building this as an integration for an existing AI vibe coding tool that already has more reach?
No.
Given that you mentioned
this tool is very specific for the tool is very specific for the smart nodes architecture. The way we build smart apps are basically with folders with configuration like validators, and the ways like very specific, like are JSONs that you write with the validations, the rules of your business, and this is what we are focusing here.
Sorry,
Awesome.
we're out of time.
We're on time. Thank you so much, Lico. Really appreciate it. I'm
thank
going
you,
to
guys.
rotate you down and bring up Project Neo here. I'm going to skip my little intro here. Let me get Project Neo up on stage. But before we hop into that, let me move to the showcase here. Marco, I'm going to put you back up on stage. So let me bear with my spotlight layout. Hi, Lance. Here we go. Marco, give us, I know yesterday we did kind of a brief overview of the Algorand ecosystems initiatives. Give us a little bit of an overview of what you're excited about within the Algorand ecosystem and what you're excited about for kind of watching these types of pitch presentations across networks.
Yes, of course. Like the base one is like inspiration. I want to like give an overview for the people who don't know. Algorand, the marketing blurb is an energy efficient, quantum secure, single layer blockchain with instant finality, consistently high throughput and low fees. So we are a layer 1 blockchain. We have block times under 3 seconds. We have a node count, depending on how you count them. That's the pessimistic approach of 3,700. We have 0 forks. We never had any downtime on mainnet. Fees are very low. We have a lot of in-protocol features like assets, like any kind of tokens, non-fungible tokens as well. We have smart contracts. We allow writing smart contracts in native, like meaning semantically and syntactically correct TypeScript and Python. So this is our approach to reach the wider developer populace out there. That's my last question about like how to like open this up to the wider audience. We have recently released a revamped set of our tools, so it's super easy to get started developing smart contracts on Algorand. And we, of course, also have AI projects. We have a number of MCP servers, for example, from our friends from GoPlausible, from our ecosystem, from my colleague Gabe. We have other amazing AI stuff up and coming that I cannot yet talk about, but it's definitely going to be something great, so keep an eye out on that. Personally, I'm doing DevRel for Algorand. I've been developing software for more than 20 years. Been in crypto for the last couple of years, and I am a huge AI fanboy, latest since the day that ChatGPT was released. It unlocked like so many things I got stuck with and ever been amazed since. And I'm like amazed seeing like the presentations here pushing the boundaries on the intersection of decentralized and artificial intelligence technologies. And if you want to learn more about Algorand, come to our Discord server, discord.gg/Algorand to get the invite, or join us on one of the upcoming developer conferences, like general developer conferences, not necessarily just Web3. For example, JS Nation in Amsterdam in June. We are developers in Berlin in July, or try to build with and on us on the up-and-coming bold.new hackathon, where we have our own category.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marco. Really appreciate you joining today. It's awesome to see the support across these networks. All right, Project Neo. If you have a screen loaded up, I can, or if you don't have a screen loaded up, that's fine as well. But if you do, I can load that up now for you. We should do maybe a 1 second mic check. How's your audio?
Hi everyone.
Hi. Do you have a screen for me to load up or no?
No, I don't want to present. I want to share screen.
Okay. You should have that. Load that up now so that I can get that up on the screen for you. All right. Now, you let me know because you have a 3-minute time slot here. So whenever you are ready, I will hit the start on the 3-minute time slot. And if you go over, you'll hear an annoying sound and your pitch will stop and we'll get into feedback and Q&A. So are you ready for me to hit go on your 3-minute time slot?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. Your 3 minutes starts right now.
Hi everyone, I'm Silas. A while back, we submitted an RWA solution on Hedera called NSE Chain Bridge, which tokenized stocks and securities listed by Nairobi Security Exchange here in Kenya, giving traders an easy entry into the Web3 world that is beaming with opportunity. Today, it's Neo's turn. Neo is an MCP AI agent built on Hedera that serves as an intelligent interface between the users on NSC Chainbridge platform and our MCP server. With Neo, users can spend their stocks on-chain just like before, but intelligently. In Kenya, 2% of the capable users participate in stocks trading and investment, with high brokerage fees, limited or no information about the market being the root.
Internet connection.
Neo, I think we've lost you here.
Yeah, we lost his internet connection. Let's give him a second and see if it repopulates. Murphy's Law, 1,000%. I knew it was going to happen once. I'm just letting the pitch time run, just so you know, Cantor. He hopped. We'll see if he comes back in because he still has his time slot. That's unfortunate. That sucks. It's the first time that's happened.
Yeah, it's actually a miracle that this hasn't happened before throughout the full 2-day spectrum. It's the first time that this has happened, guys. I think what we'll do is we'll weave it into the Q&A to extract out value proposition and what he's built out if he comes back with us.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this is his time slot. So if he comes back in, I'm going to leave it for him because that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I bet presenting's already nerve-wracking as it is, and then when you have issues, it just makes it worse.
100%. He's got 30 seconds left here on the pitch, which... anybody else that's coming into pitch today, check your internet connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in the backstage with us, check your internet. Make sure you've got high speed. You're in the best position. Check your audio too. You know, some people pitch the audio levels are a bit low. Try to breathe in from the diaphragm as you're speaking so that we can hear you well on these calls. We've got Project Neo back up here.
Yeah, I'm really...
Can you hear us now, Project Neo?
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
I think what we'll do here, Neo, is we'll take the time out of the Q&A so you can finish your pitch.
Yeah.
We'll go back in.
Okay, no problem. Thanks.
You want to reload your screen back up?
Yeah, sure. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I'm going to I'm going to hit play again, and I think we were at about... I think you had about 2 minutes left in your pitch, so I'm going to hit play on your timer. So you might want to skip ahead, like into the go to the slide with where it said the Kenya statistics.
This one.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm going to start there. So I'm going to give you about 2 minutes starting now.
Increase your voice a little bit. Thank you.
Okay. So in Kenya, only 2% of the capable users participate in stock trading and investment, with high brokerage fees and limited or no information about the market being the root cause of this abysmal number. But here's the bigger picture. The global RWA tokenization market is projected to hit $33 trillion by 2033. And here is how Neo has positioned itself to capture a share of this market. Targeting a $15 billion stock market industry here in Kenya, our solution will work hand in hand with the Nairobi Security Exchange to deliver seamless stock trading into Kenya's mobile money ecosystem, while earning from transaction fees, agent calls, and strategic partnership. We plan to offer value by natural language trading, allowing users to execute trades on the go, real-time insights from local and global market aggregated by the AI agent to make informed financial decisions, automatic portfolio rebalancing that protects users from sudden market movements, activity logging via subscription HCS topic, which ensure audibility and revenue generation. So the next question will be, how are we doing it? In the following demo, I'm going to show you how these 4 components, the MCP client, the server, the Hedera agent kit, and the NSC chain bridge, plus the NSC chain bridge API, bring Neo to life. So I'll wait for this to load up the demo video, and then I'll play it from minute 2.25. Tell me if you can hear the audio, and then I'll be back in a few minutes. So as you can see here, the get balances tool was called. Using that data, it did all of that. Obviously, you can run this on your own and see, and then get back the response. So you can see that I have 10 HBAR tokens, 17 USDC, and so forth and so forth. And these are the tokens that we minted earlier, equity and USDC. So to further confirm this, you can check it also on Hedera Hashcan. You can see that Neo submitted a message, software portfolio balances for this account for this user, and you can see that the account. So we can also call another tool. We have another tool here called get portfolio value. Then you can just say what is my portfolio value. I'll also let this run and come back to you once done. Yeah, so the get portfolio value tool is also called, and as you can see also, cloud recognized that one USDC was deducted and say this has cost, which has been deducted from your balance, and now our USDC tokens have also decreased. You can further confirm this by going to the new agent, refreshing this page again, and you can see now we have 8, and the latest message to be submitted was portfolio value once again. So thank you. I think I ruined at the beginning, so thank you. I'll stop at that.
We have about 3 minutes here for questions because we are running a really tight schedule. Thank you, Project Neo. Ty, you've got a question.
Yeah, so I guess you had to squeeze it in pretty quick, but how are you getting, like, what's the intermediary step of the stock and the tokenization of it? I didn't see, like, who's the escrow, or how is it being held, and then how do you tokenize that?
Yeah, so like using an API endpoint, we can read with the user's brokers where they've bought the stocks. That is the NEC. Then working, as I mentioned, we're working with the NEC so that when the user has, let's say, 300 shares and they want to mint 20 tokens, we lock those tokens so that they cannot withdraw them from that site. So using API calls, we're able to see how much they have and then how much tokens we can give them on Hedera blockchain.
Thanks, Ty. Alex, you're up next. And Project Neo, if you can raise your voice a little bit, it's hard to hear you. Alex, what's your question?
Yes. So my question, I'm not a tech guy. So my question is about the competition. It looks like from a user side, it's a red ocean. So how do you plan to compete with the market?
Yeah, at the moment, the only way users can, especially here in Kenya, that is, the only way I can spend on blockchain is I have to go and sell those shares, get fiat, then onboard that fiat into blockchain. But because we are the only ones doing this now, we are offering so much great value at the moment because there isn't competition as of now. So it's hard for us to think of a competitor down the line. But at the moment, we are offering that from Web 2 to Web 3. In one transaction, you get your tokens on the Web 3.
Thanks, Neo.
Yes, sir. Can I ask additional short additional question? Yeah. So
yeah.
It seems it needs some licensing for this. Am I correct?
Yeah, it actually needs licensing, but through our strategic partnership with the NSC, because NSC is already licensed here in Kenya. So by working under them, we don't need the licensing because we'll be working under the NSC.
Thanks. And I think we've got time for one more Q&A from Lawrence at the XDC Foundation.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. So you mentioned the market capability is around stocks, but then in the demo and throughout the process, it's talking more about digital assets specifically, or stock assets. So is this something that would be more for like an application to use, or like an actual user itself? Like who is it that you see that would be actually using this, or who would you be targeting specifically to actually use this?
Yeah, so as I mentioned a while back, we had like an NSC Chainbridge application project which we submitted. So the NSC Chainbridge application was a mobile application that I could use to get tokens on Hedera based on my stocks holding. So we are targeting users who are already doing retail trading or small scale trading on the NSC, and they don't want to risk moving directly from Web 2 to Web 3. So those are the ones we are targeting, and NSC and Neo is helping NSC Chainbridge users to spend their tokens while on chain effectively. So automatic portfolio rebalancing, real-time insights, because the AI agent keeps on fetching for market news and rebalancing for them their portfolio.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Project Neo. Apologies for the technical issues, but we're going to hop you down here and transition. And I'm going to bring up to this. Actually, I wanted to give a shout out. I'm going to transition down also Lance from XDC Foundation, Marco from the Algorand Foundation. Thank both of you gentlemen for joining today. It's been awesome seeing the support across multiple different blockchain networks into the Hedera X AI demo days. Thank you, Marco, and thank you, Lance. And I'm sure this won't be the last time I talk to you gentlemen, and hopefully we see more collaboration.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
No problem.
Later, guys.
Yep. All right. Bear with me a second. Let me get Tyler up here from Hashpack. Tyler, you're on stage. I'm also going to bring up Lehman here while we have him. Tyler, I know the floor is kind of yours right now. You're green screened on me, but you're going to have a little bit of a showcase from the Hashpack standpoint, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a video queued up there.
Give me 1 second. Let me just get...
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. And this looks like the video. Is this correct?
That's correct.
All right. The floor is yours, Tyler.
Okay, thank you. Hey, everybody. I'm Tyler. I'm the CTO at Hashpack, and I'm going to be walking you through what we are calling internally the Hashpack Concierge. Just a bit of a pre-warning. This is very much a work in progress, and any details are subject to change. So as a wallet, we're kind of in a unique position when it comes to user experience. We're a trusted place to keep keys. We got a solid set of existing UI components that users are familiar with. And we have a robust set of data systems that we're able to draw on. This allows us to have a very frictionless flow when users are looking to interact with AI systems. No connecting a wallet, no needing to switch context to approve transactions, and all while not giving the AI a set of private keys. A bit of technical, we're pulling in the Hedera docs as a RAG to kind of increase the understanding the agent has of the technical bits of Hedera. And we're leveraging integrations with our ecosystem partners, SaucerSwap, Centex, Hgraph, etc. And currently the agent has the personality of a dog. This personality will be customizable. So we added a button here. So if you hit that, it pulls up the agent. So this will walk you through a few of the capabilities our agent has. The focus here was more building a scalable architecture that allowed for human in the loop as well as rich replies. The most basic example here is asking it to tell you about your account. We pass along the account ID. So you just need to tell it to ask you about the account. It'll analyze it and give you all the info. Taking this a bit further, you can ask if it sees any security red flags. It'll look at your account and tell you if you have any automatic token associations, allowances, and kind of give you an overview of that. The next example here is token information. So we'll use Gib as an example since it's hot right now. So this hits the mirror node, gets the info. Since there's multiple tokens with this name, we're displaying a UI here that lets you kind of pick which one you mean. This will pull up, all the relevant information like supply, keys, price, as well as display a button here. So you can click that, which pulls up our existing token information screen. There you go. So nice and integrated. You can take this a step further. I'm going to skip forward here a bit and ask it about the holders of the token. So that's hitting the mirror nodes as well, parsing all that data. And once it parses it, and it'll show you the breakdown of the users here, the average balance, etc. And you can even take that a step further and ask it to do some technical analysis on it, which is, of course, not financial advice. it's verifying that, yeah, that was a kind of ambiguous question, but so it's asking you, do you want Gib? Yes. This one takes a while, so I'll skip forward. It's quite a meaty query. But here you can see, so it pulls up an interactive chart as well as delivers you a literal novel of technical analysis. And that's pretty handy. And the final example here is sending a transaction. So we'll send a small amount of HBAR and make a donation to the staking account here. So 0.1 HBAR to account 800. It shows a rich transaction preview, similar to when you do a transaction with a DApp. So that allows you to review the transaction and approve it. And things like swaps and stuff are pretty trivial to implement after that. But yeah, so that's the general demo there. So we see this appealing to new users looking for guidance and how to use the ecosystem, as well as existing users trying to, find more information that they had to use other tools for historically, or do common actions like associate a token quickly. Some of you may have guessed by the name, this system will tie into our PAC token as well as our Concierge Collectibles NFT series. So queries here are paid using micropayments of PAC, as well as there'll be some discounts for NFT holders. We see this kind of as a pillar in the circular economy that we're trying to build for PAC. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Really appreciate the showcase. I want to... Hi, Cantor. I want to bring up the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Lehman Baird, obviously inventor of the Hashgraph distributed consensus algorithm, alongside multiple other initiatives in this space, notably DREC, one of the big kind of pain points for adoption in this space. And Lehman, it's awesome to see that, so many different innovators out there in the wild for Hedera services and the kind of overlap with artificial intelligence. The floor is yours, sir. I mean, for the next, 7 or 8 minutes here. So I'm curious what you're excited about in this space, and anywhere you want to take this, happy to go there.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here. I have seen over a dozen really exciting projects doing AI on Hedera here, where you have taken these ideas and you've implemented them and done amazing things. So I am excited to be here. You are right at the intersection of AI and Web3. The intersection of Hedera with artificial intelligence and machine learning and LLMs and all of that stuff for agents and for other purposes. And this intersection of the Web3 world with the AI world is actually critical, because both of these two halves are the future. They really are. They're changing the world independently. Their intersection is even more important. And what is this intersection? Well, there's agents. We're all talking about agents. Agents are absolutely at the intersection. You can have AI that reaches out and does something to a ledger like Hedera. You can absolutely do that. And Hedera can help AI, because it's more than just the agents in the intersection. It's also governance. So, NVIDIA and Intel did this deal with Equity Lab, where as the chips are training with the data to give you the model that it learns, they are digitally signing. The chips themselves are digitally signing to prove that this model came from this data. Because AI has great promise, but also great peril. Anything powerful has great promise and peril. And we have to worry about, what was the data? Was it biased? Was it evil? Did it leave out important things? Was it infringing on IP? Is it illegal? All of these questions. And so you have to have this proof that this data created this model. But it's more complicated than that, because, well, maybe you use data to create a model, and then you use more data and that model to create a new model. And then, oh yeah, someone put it up. And then maybe you have a whole tree of how these models then have combined to give you more models. During training, we can do all of this. Distillation can use multiple models to create data, to create a new model, all that stuff. So you may have a whole tree of these things to show the provenance. And Equity Lab's doing all of that on Hedera. And then you have to worry about the versioning, because what if you suddenly discover that the model that your company is built on is now illegal? You've discovered the data was bad in some way. Well, you have to go back to an earlier version. Well, which earlier version? You need to know the whole versioning history of this whole tree, so you know exactly what to roll back to. And you're able to do that quickly and easily. And then you have the problem of permissioning. How do you do permissioning where people give permission for their data? And if it's a big company with a big pile of data, I guess you could go sign a paper contract with them. But what if it's 10,000 people or 10 million people that are letting you use their tweets? You need to be able to record that they have given you permissioning. And then you need to be able to record when they revoke their permissions. They have to be able to do that. And you need this immutable record so that you know for sure, well, they gave permission on this date, revoked it on this date, so anything I did in between those dates was okay. And so the provenance needs to be dated when you were using the data for training, not just what the data was. And you need signatures from people who have verified the data on those dates, all of that. And so it's a lot like permissioning your medical data to be used in medical trials. Great, same sort of thing. You want to be able to give it and then revoke it. All of this is needed. It's in the intersection of AI and with this Web3 stuff, with the blockchain, with DLTs, with Hedera. And there's other things we haven't talked about. A lot of people don't talk about yet. What if we get to the point where we want to pay people royalties for the data they've given us for training? If you have one person giving a big bunch of data, you can write them a check for $1 million, not a problem. But what if you've got millions of people and you have to write them each a check for a fraction of a cent? You can't do it. But if we're tracking the permissioning on Hedera or on a ledger, then we can do micropayments on Hedera or on a ledger. It's a perfect match. And in fact, it's necessary. You just can't do micropayments if you have to write paper checks for a fraction of a cent. Sending the check is more expensive than the royalty payment. You have to use something like a ledger. There's no alternative. And then we have other things we aren't even talking about. Did you see the new stuff from Google with making videos, the AI videos? It blew my mind because honestly, I couldn't tell they were AI generated. They had actors that looked like real people. And when they were talking, you heard emotion in their voice and you heard humor and you heard them singing and you really had the impression they were real. How do you know they're not real? The only way we're going to be able to do this in the future is if we digitally sign things that AI are creating. Things that are not AI created, I mean. Humans will have to sign the videos they make and the pictures they take. And then you'll have to look at the signature to know it's real. But how do you know the person signing it was real? Well, you have to know who that person is. Well, how do you know you trust that person? Well, maybe there's going to be organizations that vouch for them, and maybe even organizations that vouch for the organizations. We're going to have to build a whole ecosystem of trustworthiness. And all of that has to be tied together with identity. We have to have a digital identity for each of these people and each of these organizations and each of these attestations that somebody else is trustworthy. And that identity is going to have revocation and ways of doing key rotation and ways of revoking a fake or a bad certificate that was given to me that now got leaked. All of that has to be done. And for the revocation, for key rotation, and for changing things, you're going to need a ledger. And so Hedera is involved in those sorts of things in the identity world. You don't think of that as being in the intersection with AI and with Web3 and with Hedera and blockchain, but it is. And it's going to be a more and more important part. And there's another part of it that people are talking about. Code assistants that help you write the code, or AIs that will give you advice. And there's AIs that will tell you about how to build to happy on Hedera. You need to have AIs that can guide you, AIs that can write a first draft of your code. Yeah, they definitely don't write the whole thing. There's all sorts of problems with vibe coding. But AIs in Copilot and other places that help you write the code are absolutely a thing and will become more of a thing going forward. And also formal methods. You need to have a computer mathematically proving that your code is correct and doesn't have bugs. And AI is the way to do this. Today, humans can do it, and it is so incredibly hard, we almost never do it. But with AI speeding up that, we can do formal methods and have a computer mathematically prove that your code doesn't have whole classes of bugs and that it matches specs and all of these things. You can even look for bugs in the specs. So the intersection is huge. The future I am so excited about, I can't even contain it. The future of AI, we're talking about agents that go out and get information for you, that go out and do things on your behalf, that summarize things for you, that manage your calendar and your life in some ways. And we're talking about AIs that will be local. Today's most powerful models are eventually going to run on your phone. We will get the hardware to do that. The incentive to build better hardware and better algorithms and better ways of distilling, all of that stuff, of discretizing, all of that stuff is rapidly progressing. You will have this on your phone and your whole life will be AI helped. They will be a true assistant. And this is coming. And nobody knows whether AI is going to become 1,000,000 times smarter in the future or get stuck at where it is now. People will tell you they know. They're lying. They do not know. No one knows. Next year, it may be 1,000,000 times smarter or it may be exactly where we are now. But it doesn't matter. Even if it's exactly where we are now forever, it's still going to change the world. Really going to change the world. And then we haven't even talked about humanoid robots, whose impact, I think, is going to be even larger than people expect and even sooner than people expect. I wish we could talk for an hour about that. It is seriously going to change the world. So that's AI. And then Hedera and Web3 and ledgers and blockchains, what are they going to do? They're going to keep immutable records like we are for the provenance things. Our HCS service on Hedera is ideal for that. It's designed for that. Immutable records of things. So you not only know what was true, but you know when it was true. And no one can go back and change it. So when someone revokes their permissions, you know that you did it before they revoked, but after they gave the permission, all of that. We have real world assets being tokenized. This is the future. Everything of value in the world will be tokenized. And it gives all the same advantages of why all the information eventually went into databases. For the same reason, everything of value will be tokenized. And then ledgers can let you use it in very good ways and makes it accessible to your agents to deal with on your behalf. Now, you always want to have some kind of a safety mechanism where the agent just doesn't spend $1 million for you. It creates a transaction which goes to non-AI software that shows it to you and you approve. For big transactions, that's what you'll always want, is non-AI software between you and actually submitting it. But agents are going to end up running your life. But you will always have that OK button that is non-AI software and is a human. And then identity I talked about is going to be important for everything. So this is the future. Thank you all. Very much appreciate being with you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Barrett. It's always awesome to have you, Lehman, and hope you have a great, I'm sure it's a busy day and rest of your week, but thank you so much for joining us today. All right, guys, we're going to transition, and we're going to bring up Talent AI up here. Before we get to that, I wanted to allow, and I'm going to bring you up in 1 second, Mohammed, so give me a sec. Altif from Constellation, the ecosystem. I'm going to do a spotlight, not on myself here, but on Altif. Just give us maybe 2 minutes, Altif, on Constellation, what you guys are excited about participating in kind of a pitch day like this for, Hedera and AI. And yeah, appreciate you joining today, like for a minute or two, an intro for yourself.
Cool. Well, thank you, Ryan. So Constellation Network, we've been established since 2017, an early L0 ecosystem. Our largest customer over the last 6 years has been the United States military, and we provide secure communications between aircraft and weather infrastructure, as well as securing first responder data and AI training data for LLMs. Our bread and butter is bringing Web2 legacy companies into Web3. I'm Altif Brown, one of its founders. I'm the chief architect of our global community that now spans a little bit over 105 or so countries around the world. And as our ecosystem is very excited to participate in this pitch day, to support the Hedera ecosystem, of course, and also just the new class of Web3 founders more broadly. And so, yeah, just thank you for inviting us.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Altif. Appreciate you joining today. All right, we're going to hop in to Talent AI. So, Mohammed, the way that this works, if you have a screen that you want to load up, I'm happy to bring that up on stage. Or if you're just going to pitch, that's also fine. Give me a heads up and I'll load it up.
Yeah, I have some slides to share, of course.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to load them, if you feel free to do that now.
I can share the screen.
Let me see if I see it down here. All right, it's coming up. All right, so let me remove the other media from the stage. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so you have 3 minutes here, and let me get my little timer annoying thing set up. Once I hit go, once I give you the heads up and we're live with the 3 minutes, if you run over the 3 minutes, you'll hear an annoying sound and I'll have to mute your mic, but then we'll get into judge feedback and Q&A. So if you're ready to start your pitch, I'm going to start the 3 minute timer. Are you ready?
Ready to go.
All right, I am starting your 3 minutes and your pitch begins right now.
Thank you for it and thank you for having me. Hi, everyone. My name is Mohammed Janif. I'm co-founder of Talent AI and also of Derek Blockchain, a Web3 hub that has been building communities and talents across Africa since 2017. Over the years, we opened hundreds of roles and reviewed thousands of developer applications. And like many others, we noticed the gap between what's in the resume and the real skills. Actually, 78% of candidates fail the technical test. Bad selection consumes a lot of time, and mishiring costs a lot of money. And that's what led us to build Talent AI, a platform designed to make skills visible, trust scalable, and hiring radically more efficient. The future of work is skills first, not resume first. And at Talent AI, we got that. We use AI to assess real skills and soulbound tokens on Hedera to verify them. And then AI agents bid to book interviews, flipping the script. No, it's not just the talent being evaluated, it's also companies competing to prove they are worth the developer's time. It's hiring made real-time, trustless, and decentralized. Here is how it works. Candidates take real-time camera-based AI assessment that measures both technical and soft skills. Validated results are minted as soulbound credentials on Hedera, tamper-proof and unforgeable. Each job post deploys an AI agent that scans for skill-matched talents. Companies bid with tokens to book interview slots, and candidates earn tokens just for taking the interview. It's fast, transparent, and secure, all powered by the Hedera Consensus Service. This is trustless hiring reimagined. In the recent months, we've onboarded over 8,000 developers and certified more than 2,000 on Hedera. Next month, they will all be taking AI-powered interviews, earn tokens for that, and access tools to grow their skills and climb the Talent AI ranking. By the end of this year, we will be powering over 50,000 interviews and onboarding over 20 companies in the Hedera ecosystem. And that's just the beginning. Talent AI is not just solving hiring. We are accelerating Hedera adoption, embedding NFTs, AI agents, and token mechanics into the hiring fabric of Web3. Every developer we onboard grows the trusted, verified talent pool that Hedera needs to scale. We are tapping into a $500,000 billion industry. This is actually the global hiring tools, and 70% of companies are shifting to skills-based hiring. Talent AI.
All right. So that was your 3 minutes. I told you the annoying sound would come about, but no, awesome presentation. I'm gonna open it up for questions and feedback, and yeah, we've got some time for questions and feedback, guys.
Yeah, it looks like you got to the end. There you're coming on your team slide. It's good, well organized and architected. Again, guys, from the judges over here, remember type in Q or F if you're gonna go, and then we'll bring you up to the queue. First up, we've got Patches here, Senior Product Manager at Hashgraph. What do you got for us?
Yeah, very cool. I like the presentation. I think, again, it's nice to see the market trajectory, what you have so far, and your total addressable market being part of the deck. I think it's really nice and tight of a value add that you're presenting. For me, the one part in that demo or that view of the design of the architecture, the fail point for me was the camera is authenticity and do things on camera to validate, especially with like the Google Veo 3 that came out yesterday that's just mind-blowingly accurate. How do you verify cameras of a user doing something anymore when that is highly easy to manipulate, and especially someone who's going to be in this workflow will probably have that skill set or align somewhere in that skill set of AI?
We can't hear you, Mohammed. You're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. Shall I go question by question or take all of them?
Yes, you have 1 minute max. Let's go.
All right. Thank you for bringing this point. Actually, this is one of the challenges that we are currently working on, not only for the trust that we can put into the camera interviews, but also bringing like technical tests that are not just run through camera. We are not an interview-based platform, but verified skills platform, and that goes through different types of technical tests that we can run. When it comes to the model that we are using, different options that we have, but obviously we will end up developing our own model.
Thanks.
I have a follow-up, if that's okay, just real quick. You said something there that was interesting. So if I have an AI that has provable, it fakes out your system, but then I provide value, is it fair to say that your platform's okay with also doing agentic workflows? And if it provides value and does everything correctly, it's okay if it's human and AI work discovery?
Actually, the platform is here to filter like a first layer. At the end, the whole process, we are gonna have like a human intervening for the last interview. Also, on the roadmap, we are considering hybrid interviews where the company is assisted by an AI agent suggesting questions, given a report. Then it's a mixed opinion between the AI agent and the human. And beyond of the camera interviews, we are why I noticed that we are a skill-based platform, because the AI-powered camera is not the only criteria, but candidates can take also different type of questions to verify their specific skills.
Great. Great question.
The risk is still here, but we are trying to lower it.
Great questions, Ty. Great follow-ups from Mohammed. We've got Pietro here from Outlier next. Pietro, what do you got for us? Pietro, you still with us?
I would move to Alex from Funders, and then we can. I think Pietro probably has connectivity issues, but Alex, question from you.
Yeah. So I've seen the kind of similar project, but it's not built on blockchain as far as I understood. So how do you see like also go to market, and like how do you plan to attract the companies at first?
Very
so
good
I've
point.
seen you had some traction, but yeah, if you can evaluate on that.
Yeah, actually, very good point, and this is what Lehman was mentioning. Like the couple AI agent and blockchain makes the data verifiable and trustworthy, and this is what we are bringing with Talent AI to verify skills and put validated talents on the blockchain. And that's not the this is not the unique differentiating point that we have, but also the bidding system creating a balance between candidates and the companies that should bid and play the tokenomics to book at first the top rated applicants. So this is first. When it comes to the go-to-market, actually the traction that you've seen, we've been working with the Hedera, with Hashgraph Association, with Hedera, and within the ecosystem to already onboard and certify people. These are gonna be our first. So we're gonna keep focusing on
Mohammed,
the
you're out of
ecosystem.
time. Let's keep the answers to 45 seconds if we can. Tudor, you've got another question?
Yeah, thanks. If I'm somebody who's looking for a job, I don't really care about tokenomics and incentives. So you mentioned you're bringing talent to Hedera and aligning incentives between fungible tokens and NFTs. How does the token integration make sense, and how do you align, incentives for your users and your clients at the same time through this blockchain integration?
Yeah,
1 minute.
100%. A job seeker priority is to find a job. However, having like this incentive mechanism for running the interview can be an additional option, not only to get a job, but also for those that have a current job and they want to upskill, they want to learn, they want to get new certifications, and while being rewarded and incentivized for that. This is actually how we are playing the tokenomics to recreate this balance. On the other side, companies will have to pay these tokens based on the access they have for a verified talent pool.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mohammed, for coming up and showcasing Talent AI. We know how hard it is to come up on stage. We're going to rotate you down, and we're going to bring up the next pitch participant, which is D Statistics here. Before we get into D Statistics, you're going to see Altif there for a second. I wanted to give a huge shout out to Eliza Labs for joining the stream today. And we have Nasita with us. Nasita, can you just give us a little bit of an intro of yourself, what you do within Eliza, what Eliza does, and tell us what you're excited about for watching all of these pitches, some of which definitely leveraging the Eliza framework. 3 minutes or less would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. Hi, everyone. I'm Nasita. I'm head of DevRel at Eliza Labs. Most of you might be familiar with like Eliza OS, maybe not so much with Eliza Labs. So they're basically, Eliza Labs is the team that's responsible for Eliza OS. And if some of you are kind of wondering, what is it? It's one of the most popular, if not the most, the popular open source AI agent framework globally, with a very vibrant developer community and ecosystem. Super excited to be here today because I think just even watching and listening to some of the really cool demos here is very exciting. You know, some of these clearly would have been built on Eliza OS. For folks that are maybe not so familiar, I would say absolutely check out our GitHub. If you're looking to build agents, this is probably a really great place for you to start as you start to onboard and kind of learn more about a lot of different things. One other thing is, even if someone's not crypto native to start with, I would say you can still start leveraging our framework, and it'll actually act as a way to onboard into broader and more advanced things. So that's me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nasita. We're going to get into D Statistics here. We have Luis up on stage with us. Luis, if you have your screen ready, which I see that you do, let me load you up here. You have 3 minutes for your pitch. Let me set my timer. The way that this is going to work is once I confirm that you're ready, you will go live with your 3 minutes. If you go over your 3 minutes, you'll hear that annoying sound that Mohammed heard, and I'll mute you. But
that's fine.
Are you ready to hop into the pitch here?
All right, let's go.
All right, your 3 minute timer begins right now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Luis Oliver, and I'm part of D Statistics, which is a Web3 platform where AI agents verify public data, ensure transparency, and reward contributors. Well, let's start with the problem. Public data is everywhere, but accessing and trusting it, it's a mess. It's scattered, paywalled, and hard to analyze. Even when you find it, how do you know it's real? Who uploaded it? Meanwhile, centralized platforms profit, while the experts who contribute get nothing. There's no trust, no rewards, no reason to participate. But what if AI and blockchain could fix that? A system where public data is verified, analyzed, and contributors are actually rewarded. Because of that, we created the statistics. But let's go to the demo of our solution. Everything is online on the Hedera mainnet, and you can see it later. We use Hedera EVM RPC to improve user adoption when using popular wallets like MetaMask in this case. All databases are stored in files on the Hedera mainnet network using the Hedera file service. Now, I want to introduce you to our AI agent, Desmond. This assistant can help us with general queries, such as asking who the founder of Hedera is. You can see that on the server side, and the agent perform a web search. Similar to the previous question, we are now to ask another one, most business-related question, like what's the best country to start a startup? Similar to the previous question, we're not going to ask, we need more specifics, so we'll ask the database for Singapore and ask a question for that one also. When responding, we can see that the agent will use the information in the database and its own knowledge to give us a clear answer. Finally, we'll upload a new database to the platform to show how we analyze the database using AI and how the agent rewarded users for uploading the database. This has 3 important steps. The AI receives the database, which is analyzed and validated. Then the agent communicates via HCS10 with another agent with access to Agent Kit, which rewards the uploaders with tokens. Now to demonstrate that, here is communicating via HCS10. We'll display the HCS11 profile on the Hedera mainnet network. And this agent is public and can be searched for in your trusted Hedera Explorer. So the market potential is quite big as it will keep on growing. The key drivers for adoption are the preference for new options for data analytics. We can project a timeline of development in which we can unlock new features as tech advances, the most important one being looking for product market fit. Our team consists of 3 engineers with specializations including IoT, cloud computing, healthcare, and blockchain, and we can bring this to market as we already previously done so. Thank you, and I'm up for your questions.
Awesome. It looks like we have our first question from Ty from Hashgraph.
Yeah. Kudos for doing it on mainnet. That's pretty cool. Usually hackathon, you're just jamming away on testnet, but yeah, you guys deployed into production. Very neat. And then oh man, what was my? I had a question on the ability. Oh man. Are there any other cues? I forgot it. I was so impressed about the mainnet, I forgot the actual question. Oh, yeah, okay. So you had the relay where you used open convey to tell another bot to then airdrop to the token for the reward. I guess what's that process and where does that other bot hosted for the validation of that data? Like if I just get if I just go to my ChatGPT and say, give me a bunch of fake data that looks real of this data set, and then I upload that, how is that validated and then those tokens distributed to know if that is real or is not real on what I upload?
Yeah, of course, there are several. Well, with Agentic, we actually perform that function. At first, we just developed the first, let's say, agent for that one. What we noticed that HCS10 needed, well, it's a service to talk between agents, right? So out of nowhere, we had to come up with a solution for that issue we were having with our hackathon submission. So we developed the second agent to verify all that data. So what we're doing here is actually having like the main agent in an LLM server and the second agent also on an LLM service. And with the HCS10 service, we first, well, using Hedera token service, we developed a code in order to reward contributors whenever the second agent goes and performs the verification on their code. The way we do that is actually through, Agentic. So using Agentic, we perform like a very basic structured algorithm in order to know that the data is not like all around the place and it's not compromised. So whenever we do that, we come back and join it with HCS10 and with other agents. And with that performance and validation, we can reach like the final level that is, well, verifying all the code.
Thanks, Patches. Great question, and Luis, great follow-up. Again, judges here, just type Q or F so that we can queue you up with your questions and feedback. We still have a little bit of time here for a few more questions. I see Tudor, you're next up. What do you have for us?
Yeah, I like the implementation, Luis, of HCS10 and Open Convey. Let's say if you were to win the hackathon or have some initial investment, where do you see this going? Where would you take the project?
Actually, as it is related to public data, is the same thing. We want to grow it and actually start with social networks, let's say, and just like having, this is a better option, like for example, Statista. Whenever you pay a Statista, you don't know where the data comes from, if it's good data or not, and you cannot verify because and I promise you, we didn't we did this before Dr. Lemmerberg came here and talked about like data provenance, micropayments, signing everything, and actually prove that the data is correct. So that is the main crux of the project. Whenever you have good data, then you can follow up with actually this thing in essence. what we see is
Luis, you're out of time here. Let's keep those questions. Let's keep those
All right.
answers under a minute, please.
That's fine.
We've got Alex here with another follow-up. Tudor, if you've got follow-up to that, you can come in after. Alex, what do you got for us?
Yeah, but I guess I had kind of similar question regarding validating, like, let's say, non-public or like private data, like statistics. So yeah, that was my idea. How do you ensure the integrity of this data?
Actually, the same way, just passing it through like AI agents. Because as Dr. Lemonberg, again, borrowing on his example, as he said, that is the main point, and actually to filter all the data and to actually know if it's good data or of the provenance, if the provenance is good or not, you have to like go through several steps that most people just skip. Now with AI tools and AI agents, you can do this like much faster and much in a better way instead of using old tools. For now, we are just performing a simple analysis, but this will keep on growing. And actually, the way if we win this thing and everything goes well, actually, the format of becoming a DAO for this to grow up and actually become something more is great.
Luis, you're at time here. Do we have any follow-up questions here? Tudor, did you have another one for Luis from your last round?
No, I don't. I would have loved to see some more coherence on the business itself. I like that there is like kind of versatility around where you would take the project. It's unclear to me, and maybe you have a question. It's unclear to me how this can become a business.
Yeah, well, it depends more on the DAO model that are actually rewarding with our own token the contributors to the space and growing it based on that, because as it is based, at least in the current form on public data, just having like, let's say, a model like a Statista, like a subscription model would not be like an easy way out. Maybe for pockets, yes, but for decentralization and all these things in adherence to like certain principles that crypto should have, then maybe that's not a way. But I mean, we can experiment several models in turn.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's great to hear. We have room for a few more questions here. Jake, I know we haven't heard from you here, but welcome up to the stream. If you have any feedback or questions for Luis's project, now would be a good time. And you're muted, Jake.
I was just saying I didn't catch all of it because I was a tad late, but yeah, so nothing from me on this one. You'll definitely hear from me in ones down the line.
Fantastic. And Pietro, I see your mic is muted if you have anything here for Luis.
No, nothing for now. Sorry, my connection cut off a bit as well. All good.
No worries. Well, I do want to say, Luis, thank you for coming up to pitch
so much.
here at Hedera AI. Again, it takes a lot of courage to come up here and pitch. I'm personally really impressed so far with the panel of participants that we've had at Hedera AI. We have 2 more minutes here. Luis, if there's anything else you want to tell us about your project before we bring the next person up, you've got the floor here.
No, for now, well, you can check it here. I actually shared the address in Discord, and let me share with you also a tutorial on how to use it, because also we developed that one, and that'll be it for my part. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Luis. Really appreciate you joining us today. We're going to do a rotation here, and we're going to bring up in a second. We have 2 pitches left. I think, Cantor, you had mentioned that we might sneak in a quick showcase. So we're ramping down here. We're definitely over halfway through. But I'm going to bring up Hash Brownie up to the stage. Hash Brownie, how's your audio?
Hello, everyone.
Okay, we can hear you. Great. So before we hop in here, I wanted to actually give Tudor the floor again. And I know, Alex, we've got to come back to you as well. But hi, Nasita. Hang on one second. Tudor, I would love you have another couple of minutes here. If you could just talk about the some of the great work that you're doing through Bidler Labs and Headstarter, as well as the Hedera XAI demo days. You've been here for both days with us, so I'm sure you have some insights on everything that we've seen. And the floor is yours for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, thanks for the floor. And yeah, congrats again, guys, for organizing this showcase of the hackathon submissions. Being somebody who's been on both sides of the aisle as a hacker, builder, somebody who pitches projects to investors, and also a judge, and wearing the hat at Headstarter as evaluating, curating the best projects, and supporting them with different acceleration or incubation services to try to bring them live and successfully on Hedera. I know how difficult it is to both curate and manage to have an objective opinion over the submissions and the candidates. So huge shout out to everybody involved and to everybody who participated. Definitely excited to continue to see how we continue to stimulate growth of the ecosystem in the months to follow. I do feel like that the projects that are coming now to the space are starting to address real problems, and we're definitely excited to see them finding that Hedera ecosystem can serve as a home, both from a technology perspective, but also from a community perspective. At Headstarter, as I mentioned, we work with and try to bring to life the best projects, and we from hundreds of submissions we spoke to, we've have a curated set, I think, short list of around a dozen or so that are in various stages of acceleration or launch, looking to come to market. We actually are in talks with I think a couple of the projects that have submitted or have a AI solid narrative. We also and to date we've raised I think 4 million HBAR for projects on Headstarter. If you are building agentic AI, anything on DeFi, leveraging AI, feel free to reach out to Headstarter, submit your proposal. We also have the possibility to support through an incubation grant up to 25K for the best projects there. And also stay tuned for some exciting developments in one of our other products that we have developed at Builder Labs called Meme Job. There might be some unique ways that we are also implementing AI, and might have some exciting announcements soon on that front. So stay tuned. Thanks for the showcase, guys.
Awesome, Tudor. Thank you so much. All right, Hash Brownie, do you have anything that you're going to have me load up on the screen here? Are you going to screen share anything? And if so, I can load that up right now.
Yeah, like to screen share.
Okay. I will wait for that to load up.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it on up here. Okay, so the way that this is going to work, and make sure you're talking directly into your computer so that we get your audio or whatever you're talking into. We have a 3-minute timer here. So as soon as I give you the, are you ready? I will hit go. Once your 3 minutes is up, you'll hear a sound. That means that your 3 minutes is over. I'll have to mute your mic. And then we'll get into the judge Q&A. So are you ready for your 3 minutes to begin?
Yeah, sure.
All right, your 3 minutes starts now.
Hey everyone, this is Hash Brownie, Hedera at your fingertips. We are connecting the with Brownie to the Hedera power directly to the Telegram. Hedera's kinda head scratcher. Hedera's powerful, but using it through Agentic or Eliza OS, total headache for newbies. Too many techy steps and coding nightmares. Brownie, Hedera's a wingman. Our Telegram bot powered by Hedera's Eliza OS plugin make it that simple. Just chat and it's done. Like we offer simple interactions, HTS, STS, HBAR interactions made easy via chat. Telegram native or no onboarding friction, works with existing Telegram account. It's GPT powered, so you remember your actions and it auto completes your intents. What our how our Brownie bakes over here is Brownie taps into Eliza OS to talk to Hedra's network directly, handling HBAR and HTS services in seconds. Our architecture is something like this. User types plain commands like NLP commands like airdrop 100 HBAR to XYZ address in Telegram. The Hedra's Eliza OS plugin routes them to Hedera for execution. After the response is received, Hedera processes the request and returns real-time status updates. Like why are we doing this right now? Like exploding demand market meets broken supply. 1.9 billion daily value moved, but interaction is hindered by wallets and complex UIs. Hedera processes 33 billion plus transactions and 1.9 billion plus daily value, but users' access remains complex. 10,000 plus active developers building dApps, but lacking seamless UX. Our team consists of two people, Spursh, that's a blockchain developer, former ISRO intern, and me, an AI engineer with previously leading an AI team at Developer. I would like to move to the demo part.
Do you have a demo loaded up?
Yeah. So video I would like to show.
Okay. 50 seconds.
Yeah. So like and all. The user will input all the headers public private key and public key and ID. After that, the user will tell the preferred Hedera key type ECDSA in this scenario. After that, user will just easily input the NLP commands like tell me the HBAR balance of this account of a particular account, and using the Hedera Eliza kit, Eliza OS plugin, the responses will be transferred to the user.
That is time.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Hashgraph. Yeah, that's 3 minutes. It goes by really, really fast, guys. And then to put a video demo in there too, it's tough. So we applaud you for giving it a shot. For our judges, put down your Q's and F's so we can bring you up on the queue. First up, we've got Ty here from Hashgraph. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I like it. It's fun. I think the biggest thing the biggest issue I have is that this makes people put their private keys in a chat in Telegram. Just security-wise, that's not great. I know that that's already a thing, and I would argue the market has accepted that risk in Telegram bots already. But personally, I still think it's a high risk, and a lot of uninformed people might not understand how much they're exposing. So can you just go into like your either recommendations or how you would try to tighten up the security around just like putting your private key of a wallet into a chat interface?
So yeah, this is currently in MVP phase. We will be transitioning into a dedicated app after this. So we will be figuring out of that.
Awesome. I think we saw another participant use lit protocol. I think that's something really cool that might help solve the problem that I'm describing. So might something to look into.
Yeah, lit is a great flag. Something to augment that security side. Because for anyone watching, if you're building an app, don't make people put their PKs into public chats, Discords, Telegrams. If you're utilizing Eliza, especially, just be really careful with that, guys. Next, we've got Pietro from Outlier. You've got a question for us.
Hi. So yeah, I actually had two questions, but the first one is exactly the same feedback / question that Patches mentioned, which is security risk is way too high. It doesn't matter what kind of reassurance you would give me. It's going to be very unlikely that I would do that myself. Now, there are ways to work around it, but take that feedback strongly because that might be a very clear pain point otherwise. The second one is what's the evolution of your business model towards this? Is it a very straightforward fee-based model?
Yeah, it is currently a straightforward fee-based model.
Okay, and do you see any issues with scaling with this kind of model and remaining competitive from a revenue perspective?
We are currently working over that.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Next, we've got Nasita. Again, Nasita is from Eliza Labs. They're the team that is developing Eliza OS, which your solution uses. Nasita, what do you got for us?
Thank you. Thank you so much for building or choosing Eliza OS to build this. Like, super excited about that. One piece, I kind of echo the security comments that others have shared on the call. Just, I think on a move forward basis, that's something I'm sure you guys are thinking about. But on the UX side, I do want to call out, like, I'm a huge fan of like simplifying UX because I think it fundamentally allows more people to be onboarded onto Web3. Because I'm sure all of us have had our fair share when we first started on our journey of like, what is a wallet, or like some basic questions. So rather than that, I think agents just present like a significant opportunity, which is what you guys are kind of looking at as well, to simplify that complexity in a way that it's like you're just talking to another person, like whether it's your assistant or whoever. I think that is valuable broadly for all of us because it just brings in more people into the ecosystem, which is, I think, beneficial for everybody. So thank you. So sorry, it wasn't really a question. It was more just a perspective.
Thank you for your perspective. I really highly appreciate that.
Fantastic. And just another highlight too on the private keys and whatnot. We at Hashgraph Online and Moonscape, we are building something which we'll announce really soon. We covered it earlier today, called the Human in the Loop, which enables your agent to send back these transaction bytes and interface as long as you have a wallet connection with something like Wallet Connector, even the QR code integration in Telegram. You can build these systems where you don't need the PK at all, and you don't need to have these transactions ready in advance. You use scheduled transactions to human in the loop. I think that is something to look out for as you're building your solution, continuing on it. We have 3 more minutes here. Deep, I think Q for you is, what is the future of Hash Brownie? How do you see it developing on Hedera? Where is this project going?
Like currently, this is just using the Eliza OS plugin to leverage all the Hedera's functions. But we are thinking of pivoting it to firstly for a dedicated mobile app. Then we would be going towards an inheritance-based wallet, which would also leverage all the Hedera's function, like an inheritance-based wallet where users can decide an inheritance where their funds would be allocated if they don't use it over the time, if they would lost the keys or something like that. So we will be pivoting towards that. So yeah, it's kind of in vision.
Absolutely. Patches, you've got something for us.
Yeah, so this is more macro. Again, Hash Brownie, cool demo. I'm not 100% sure if the insinuation of cannabis is in Hash Brownie, but the character that you had in there was quite cute. In general, what Cantor was talking about, this hackathon for Hedera was really eye-opening and was great. Like, it's very rare that you can get 300 people just pushing on all the corners of an SDK, and we found a lot of architectural and updates that we can do to just make it more functional for a lot of different use cases that we weren't thinking of, and just in general, like Michael was talking about, adding more functionality for less security risk, like that. That ability to send back the transaction bytes is going to be coming out in the new revamp of the agent kit, which will be soon. And so, though this hackathon was amazing and we learned so much from it, very, very soon, Hedera will have a new revamped agent kit that has a lot more functionality, better architecture, better flexibility for these integrations. And so, just like everything, iteratively making things better just through practice and through hackathon participants. So there's just value adds all over the place when you do hackathons like this. And again, very, very encouraged by seeing just such a broad horizontal Web3 participation from XDC, Algorand, Constellation. I started doing this and I'm not going to remember everyone, so I apologize. But yeah, this has just been really fun. It's been really great to see all of the hacking that's happening, and a lot of innovation is going to come from this already. just in discovering issues and fixing them and making things better for all developers on Hedera and AI.
Awesome. And wanted to definitely give a shout out, Deep, for coming up and showcasing Hash Brownie. Going to do the transition right now and bring up Hedera Scan AI, which is our last pitch. But I know we have Mei Chan, CEO of Hashpack, coming up. Hedera's largest wallet in the ecosystem, many great wallets in the Hedera ecosystem as well. In a second here, and then we also, I think we might have a showcase here before we ramp down, but I'm going to bring, and if I mispronounce your name, I apologize, but Mohit from Hedera AI Scan. How's your mic? Can we do a quick mic check?
Is it audible?
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good. If you have anything to load up on your screen, now would be the time. I did want to make sure that I got Alex from Funders real quick and hi tutor. Let me get Alex up here. Next time we do this, Cantor, I'm going to get the transitions down. But Alex, give us a couple of minutes on what you guys do with Funders, intro, overview, and what your thoughts are for everything that you've seen, because you've been here with us both days as well for this for these pitch days.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, here I'm a part of the Funders VC. We are an early stage crypto VCs, investing usually checks from 50K to 100K at early stages like pre-seed and seed. So our main focus is DeFi, RWA infrastructure, and AI as well. So we are chain agnostic and mostly focusing on builders and node chains. We started last year, invested into 15 projects so far, and actively deploying the capital. So it's really great to be here for a few days, to be honest, and excited to be here, judge, share some feedback for projects. And it's a great opportunity to see how the projects can use Hedera in real life as well. So yeah, I have to say the great organization so far. Great to see some real builders here, and that there are a lot of builders here. So yeah, happy to be there.
Awesome, thank you so much, Alex. Well, we have Hedera Scan AI up here. I guess I'll do my little spiel on how this works. I'm going to load up your screen, so your screen will be visible for everybody. I'm going to load up my annoying 3-minute timer here. If you go over your 3-minute time, I will mute the mic, and we'll go into the judge Q&A as well. So if you are ready, Hedera Scan, give me the green light, and I'll tell you that your time has started. Are you ready to start? I think you might be muted, Hedera Scan. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Hey everyone.
Hold on. Sorry, I'll start. I didn't want to start your time yet, so I will start your 3-minute time, and your 3-minute time begins right now.
Hey everyone, this is Hedera Scan AI, and I am Mohit. The problem that we are trying to solve is like blockchain explorers are currently outdated. Like there are a lot of blockchain explorers available on Hedera, but one of the problems with them is like if somebody is very new to Hedera or the Web3 ecosystem in general, they find it very difficult to understand what is going on behind a transaction. For example, like I asked my mom and dad to try Hydra and do some transactions. After a lot of jiggles, they were able to do a transaction. But when I asked them like if everything is correct, if they can see what is happening and what has happened in that transaction on the Explorer, they found out like it's very difficult to understand all of those hashes and stuff. And in similar way, I asked a lot of friends like in Web2 field who are working in tech companies like to tell me like what is happening in particular transaction, and they often complain that they don't understand where the money is flowing, how the money is flowing, and that's the problem that we are solving. So the solution, we have developed this Hedera AI Scan and Explorer. You just have to ask a question like you are talking to a person or an agent. It will provide you all the details about the money flow in diagrams. It will provide you a summary like one-click details of like security and other stuff. So this is a demo. So you have to go on the Hedera Scan AI and you will just ask like, can you tell me about a transaction hash? It will do some analysis and it will provide you with all the details in seconds. It will tell you how the money is flowing from which address to which address and how much. It will provide you the transaction overview, which my mom and dad can understand in very simple terms. It will tell you about transfer analysis, cost analysis, the security assessment, like if it was a right transfer or not. After that, you can even ask like more questions to it, like can you tell me about uh, how much was like the HBR transferred in that particular transaction, or like any kind of question you can ask with respect to that transaction, and it will tell you that. You can ask like if there is a contract interaction in that, and it will tell you about that as well. So the plan of the market and monetization plan of our product is, we are not just building a tool, we are building the whole ecosystem and the platform. So we will be developing APIs as well, which the dApps on Hedera can leverage to provide similar kind of insights on their applications. We will be building another blockchain explorer, like another version for the auditors and compliance teams, so that they can audit the transaction, the smart contracts in case of hacks, and the compliance team can like get insights about a particular address and all of those things. We will be developing SDKs and chatbot. And the plan of monetization is like, of course, we will be selling API. We have the tires for that, and we will be white labeling this product and selling it as an explorer as a service for auditors and compliance team, and yeah, enterprise reports as well. So this is all about our product, and we are looking forward to your feedback. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was great. Right within the time frame too. I'll kick it off, Cantor, since I have a tiny bit of feedback. I love seeing use cases that meet normal users where they're at and kind of open up understanding into this space. Anybody that's been in this space for a long time can probably recognize, like, Patches, I'm sure, is a good example. His DMs are probably flooded with questions that could be answered really simply if the user experience was just a little bit better. And this is across all of Web3. We need to start meeting everybody where they're at. So yeah, kudos to you on the use case. I think that these types of use cases are needed.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's been really great, like how put together all the pitches are. We're really hitting that 3-minute mark all through today's session. So nice synergy. Next, we've got Patches here with a question again for our judges. Queue up your Qs and Fs so you can provide some feedback to a Hedera AI scan.
Yeah. Really love the demo. It's really it's using the convergence of AI and Web3 to do what makes sense. We have Web3 will help AI have data authenticity, but the flip side, AI will help Web3 have much better conversational user interface, understanding of what's happening on the network without having to plug through all of these weird transaction types. So the conversational model of an explorer, I really like. My ears perked when you said, this is going to be a SaaS API tiers. We're thinking about security compliance. I think that's a perfect mindset. But if you could just expand a little bit on what would be your initial MVP rollout strategy for adoption or for integration into the broader actual production Hedera community, and then from there, how do you see that trajectory? Would you target the community first? Would you just build SaaS project and target enterprise? Where's your mindset when it comes to how to roll out the MVP of this and the initial vertical you're targeting?
Yeah. So our plan is like to launch this. Of course, this is almost in the production. We just have to work on like the UI aspect, and we want to open it to the users and want to see how like the people are reacting to it. I'm sure like they would be liking it a lot. And then we will be launching the next part for this, like for the developers to get the insights and all of those things, the auditors specifically. And then we have the plan to go like into the multi-chain aspect as well, based on the feedback and how we get the revenues and all of those things. We want to sell it to the Hedera itself, like the blockchain explorer. So yeah, that's the plan in next 1 month.
Thank you. That was great. And Patch, do you have a follow-up? You can always queue up after. We've got May here next with feedback. For those who don't know, May is the founder, one of the founders of Hashpack.
Yeah, I just have a very quick comment on the UI, UX of the thing. Explorers are a very tricky thing businesses need different things than users need. So I do think you're going to have to really work at determining what kind of information and how you present the information to those two different use cases. So with a SaaS model with businesses, they want a dashboard, they want reports, they want those kind of things. And you're kind of there, but not really. And then for users, I feel like it's a little bit too technical still. Like there's still too many 0.0 addresses. There's still too many complicated things. I think that's one of my biggest troubles with explorers these days is you still need a pretty technical knowledge base to understand what you're seeing. And I'd love to see you innovate on that and provide the information in more clear ways, more easy ways, easy to digest. So yeah, love the concept and interested to see where you take it.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback. And we are actually working more on like this part itself, like address thing, and even like the security thing and the flow stuff. So yeah, thanks for the feedback.
Great. We've got Tudor here next from Headstart reading out for us.
Yeah, Mohit, congrats on the submission. I think it's a very exciting project to tackle as a hackathon submission. And obviously, I think knowing the Hedera ecosystem very well, I think a lot of the community members will find this tool useful if you were to really pursue its delivery to a useful phase for the wider retail market. There's a lot of quirks, there's a lot of technical elements that people find difficulties in understanding, and I think also May brought up a good point that it should really help people understand what those 0.0 string addresses are. Is it a smart contract? What does that smart contract do? And that would be very useful. And we've seen, like with, for example, Etherscan, that they never really that they have explored a different business model. So how my question would be, how do you see your project becoming something that is useful for the community and it also becoming viable in terms of the business? Because I think that you would need funding in order for you to reach a phase where you are, delivering solutions that are useful for auditors, for enterprises.
Yeah, like one of the biggest costs for us like is the LLM cost itself, uh, which for which we need actually funding. But the idea is basically to first of all like get some support from the Hedera ecosystem itself for the initial launch, and then the next part is like how we plan to like get the money out of it. Uh, I think the auditors part we have already started working on the auditors part as well, because that is actually like can be a little bit technical with respect to like what our product is. And we have already got like I have talked to a lot of people in the Hedera ecosystem itself, and they actually like the idea and the initial like the designs we have shared with them about getting all the insights for like debugging
Mohit,
problems.
you're at time here. Sorry, we have Nisita here with some feedback from Eliza Labs.
Yeah, thank you for presenting. This is super helpful. I just want to build on May's comment earlier around consumer experience being one of the use cases, and kind of going back to the business model kind of piece. I almost envision like, or rather, I wonder, or integrations like, so as you start refining your offering, and then potentially whether it's a wallet or someone else, them using it as a solution, because then it could in theory overlay where consumers are. If a consumer is only interacting through a wallet or whatever consumer application that they might be, and you're kind of just like an integration on top. I was just trying to think through that. It's like, oh, could that be interesting?
So basically the thing is it's not easy to gather all the data and then provide the insights in like very simple terms. So we have built that infrastructure. We are using Hedera SDK and of course like our own infrastructure as well, which grabs the data of all these transactions, break it down in simpler terms, and then it gives to LLM, that whole algorithm that we have developed, which is like not easy to maintain. And we want to provide this API to these dApps so that when they do a transaction, they can show, okay, the transaction was successful and this is what happened in that transaction. Or maybe wallets can show, okay, what is going to happen in that transaction using like our API. We will be providing like not the only the complete transaction itself, like they can do a pre-run as well on the transactions they would be doing in the future, to provide the insights to the user for better for better clarity to the users. So this is like the infra, the way we do analysis is like our USP, I would say, and which we want to sell. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining today for Hedera Science AI. That was a great pitch. We know how hard it is to do that. We're going to rotate, and I wanted to give the opportunity for Pietro before you have to leave, and I'm going to get a random. There you go. Hi, Alex. Pietro, walk us out here, and then I'm going to go over to May as well, and then I think we have one more showcase. But Pietro, what was your experience like for the past couple of days? I know Outlier is pretty major in this space, major in AI and a lot of different initiatives, but I would love to hear your thoughts. And thank you so much for joining, by the way.
Absolutely, yeah. So thanks again. I mean, I was on the first day yesterday. I briefly presented myself there as well. I'll just do it quickly again. I'm leading investor relations and partnerships at Outlier Ventures. We run a lot of accelerator programs with ecosystems, sometimes thematically driven programs on various verticals and primitives that we like in the market and that we think are very future facing, AI being one of those. We would be essentially the next step after a hackathon, where we work with the teams to really launch their products and then try and make them very successful. My experience has been great. I've loved to see, let's say, a reignited attention that I got from Hedera's ecosystem perspective, from being on these demo days, from listening to everyone that's involved in the foundation, in Hashgraph, etc., and from the builder side. Looking forward very much to working more closely with all of you as well. In general, it was a pleasure. Very, very pleasant experience. Obviously, that's also reflected by the amount of live viewers that you currently have on these hackathon demo days. So I think overall 10 out of 10 experience on every front. So thanks again for having me, and we'll be in touch very soon.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm also going to bring May Chan up to the stage, CEO of Hashpack. And May, I would just love your thoughts. I know Hashpack kind of being core infrastructure within the Hedera ecosystem from the wallet standpoint. We saw a really cool showcase from Tyler as well, just kind of upping that user experience. What are your thoughts just in general for AI on Hedera and these pitch days? Yeah.
Yeah, well, first, AI on Hedera, I think that Patches made an extremely good case for why Hedera is the place to build AI, AI infrastructure, AI agents, all of that. If you haven't seen his talk at Consensus, definitely check it out. It's floating around on Twitter somewhere, but really good case that he makes for what Hedera can do with AI. But yeah, I think that we, as Web3 builders, we all are really excited about AI and the possibilities of it and the intersections between Web3 and AI. And on our side with Hashpack, I think that there's a lot of opportunities to look at accounts and transactions that are interacting with AI agents and not just human agents. So in the past, Hashpack has been all about human people transacting on the network, and now we are going into the world of AI. And what does that mean? Pluto has been playing with that on our team, and also LED on our team has also been doing a lot of cool stuff with AI. So I think the whole team is really looking at the space and how we can innovate on that and provide a really great user experience, both for users and developers. If you're interested in what Hashpack is doing, hop on our Discord or send us a message on Twitter, because we are really excited to deliver next generation AI experience to all of you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, May. Are we doing a showcase before we ramp down here, Michael?
Yeah, I'm gonna run human in the loop one more time and talk about that briefly, and then we'll close out here for closing remarks at the end. We've been covering a lot of what the AI agent side of things looks like and what the human side of things looks like. But I think the writing is on the wall. We've seen it over the last 2 days with all of these incredible showcases and incredible pitches. We're all going to be talking to AI agents. And I just want to give you guys a brief look into what the next iteration is of OpenConvey and Moonscape to enable that front. What we're calling it is the human in the loop. For those who have been with us through the stream and through the hackathon, and maybe those who are watching it today and you haven't gotten around to setting up your agent on Moonscape yet, that's okay. Today we're in testnet. We have over 280 registered agents on testnet utilizing OpenConvey, which is the Hedera spin on AI to AI communication. But it's not just AI to AI. It's also human to AI, it's AI to machine, human to machine. All of that is possible through Hedera, through the Hedera consensus service, and the standards that we're building at Hashgraph Online. For those who don't know, we've already facilitated over 28 million transactions through the Hedera consensus service and the standards that we've built. Today, OpenConvey is running in testnet. And coming up soon, we will get to the point where we're launched in mainnet. So now is a good time to install the standards SDK, install the new Hedera agent kit that we were talking about, and start building your agents for these integrated, wonderful experiences. And the demo that we highlighted is a really simple use case where you're transferring HBAR, creating a token. But if you're building a platform like Tudor here at Starter, they've built Meme Job. You can easily set up an agent that calls their platform to go and generate a meme token. You can easily tie into the DeFi ecosystem at Hedera. You can create Bonzo agents and Saucer Swap agents. And through this human in the loop experience, it's not just about sending transaction bytes. It's about sending the UX layer to the user so they know exactly what's going on in a secure way through services that are only really possible on Hedera because of HCS, because of scheduled transactions. You have time to think about your transaction. You can create your scheduled transaction through OpenConvey and have it expire a month from now. It doesn't matter. The user has flexibility, choice, and they have full awareness of what's going on. And best of all, they're creating these prompts with natural language. There's no understanding of programming that has to happen here. What I'll leave here to say is that we are all going to be talking to AI agents, and that's the future that I'm seeing. And I think within 6 to 18 months, we have this massive opportunity to transfer the poor UX that we've seen in crypto into something that's finally usable. Imagine this kind of interface inside of a neobank where a user has no idea how crypto works and it doesn't matter because they're talking to an AI agent that does. They can talk in plain text language. If you have $100 and you want to turn it into $200 through yield, that's up for your AI agent to decide. I think the human in the loop and these kinds of experiences are the future of AI. And just big thank you for everyone for coming out to Hedera X AI over the last 2 days. It's been an incredible time with all of you.
I wanted to give a shout out. I mean, we could do round robin if you want, but I feel like everybody might be a little bit burnt out on talking. But I mean, I'll give a shout out and try my best here. Everybody at Hashgraph Online, Hedera Foundation, Hashgraph. We had a lot of name drops with all these entities across the board here. So all the guests that we've had, XTC Foundation, Marco from Algorand Foundation, Ben and Altif from Constellation. We had HiveMind up here and Kayla, Alex from Funders, Scott from Helix. We had Pietro from Outlier Ventures. We have Nasita from Eliza Labs. We had James from Neuron up here, who's back with us again right now. Patches. I'm going to miss so many people. I think this is a really cool event. A lot of coordination. So shout out to everybody that helped to coordinate. And do we have are we going to try to shotgun a last minute showcase here, James? Is that what we're going for right now? We can do it.
No buffering this time.
Go on. Let's give it a go. Let's give it
All
a
right,
go. What's
the last thing, and then we'll ramp down here. We'll try it.
Amazing. Let me just share my screen with you guys. Bear with me 1 second. So great to see all of the progress. So and amazing on the Moonscape application there, Michael, and we'll hopefully be able to share with you a little bit about some cool integrations we've been doing. So I'll quickly just run over a little bit about Neuron. So we're building a world where basically machines and AI agents are the customers. It's clear that agent-to-agent interactions need to happen, but also they need to interact with robotics, with data sources, with compute layers. So there's a lot of different machine-to-machine interactions that need to happen. And so what we sort of realized was that data really sits in silos. So if you want to access that, it's incredibly inefficient. You've got API keys, contracts, payment walls, and ultimately a lot of these things are forced through the clouds. So you end up with network latencies, which we experienced yesterday, network outages, and also variable data quality. Ultimately, if you want to go and get to the source of information, you go directly to it, like a journalist does. And so what we've done is built this edge network, which enables through the Neuron Gateway for customers, so AI agents and software applications, to access those third-party machines and buy services from them directly using our virtual wire. And that enables peer-to-peer data transfer and also token payments using USDC rails. We have an explorer for discovering and aggregating all of these machines across all of the networks. We have a validator network, which basically enforces the service level agreement and resolves disputes between the parties. So installing this is quite quick and easy. You basically just need to define the service, so both the buyer and seller logic. You can set up the environment variables, install it on your machines, and then just run the executable. So whether it's you're integrating this with a data source, with a robot, with an AI agent, these are quite simple and easy to do for developers. And we're actually going to be moving towards a no-code solution fairly shortly. So I won't give too much about that right now, but there's some really cool stuff about to come through. So how does that look like when we look at integrating AI agents with data sources? Well, what we did is rewired MCP. So Anthropic built this MCP standard, Model Context Protocol, which basically is like a USB for AI agents. And it basically, through our upgrade, enables AI agents to buy premium data using just a wallet and a public address. So AI agents can use our Explorer to find data sources. They can then discover, connect, pay, and have that payment protected using our validator network. So a third-party data source like SkyX or Roam, providing weather and mobile data, can host their own MCP server. And then using Neuron, an AI agent can buy data from them, query their data set using that AI agent. No API key, no credit card required. So now we've got the exciting bit of the demo. So this is a demo that we actually demoed back in Deepin Day at Token 2049 in Dubai. And what this shows is how a third party can access, third party's data can be accessed by an AI agent. So this is just a simple MCP chat on the left. And what you've got is the buyer nodes in the middle, and then the actual MCP server, which is based in New York, on the right-hand side. So as a user, you can ask it questions that it wouldn't normally be able to ask. So if you wanted to access, for example, a data source, or you had a question about something that it doesn't have within its memory, AI agents don't have access to premium data, then it can go and ask you, well, I've got access to some premium data, do you want to buy it? It can then go to that data source, buy it from that data source in an autonomous fashion, return the data and actually answer the query for you. So you can ask it things about mobile phone signals. So say if you wanted to know, you're moving into a new house and you want to know which network has the best connectivity in your area, it can just connect to that external data source and now answer your question. Or if you want to go and access, say, hyperlocal weather information, you could build an AI agent which could tell you when it's about to rain, so you can get your washing in off the line, for example. This is the kind of level of detail that you could go to with these things. And these are just two very simple and stupid applications. But when we start talking about an AI agent being able to connect directly to a sensor, we can start enabling very high precision, very accurate results from this. And we've just done an integration with the Moonscape browser as part of HCS10. So we're really excited to show this. If I press the play button, I'll just put this together. But this basically shows an AI agent accessing third-party data. So again, accessing the SkyX data, which is basically providing hyperlocal weather information. They call themselves the Starlink, I think, of weather, which is quite a cool analogy. But using the Moonscape browser, you can ask it questions. It will then ask you whether you want to buy the data, and then receive that information to then answer the questions. So it will ask you lots of questions. At the moment, we haven't done loads of prompt engineering, so there's a lot that can be done. If you're building your own AI agent, you may want to improve the level of prompt engineering within this. But ultimately, it shows the value of being able to access premium data that provides a lot more accuracy and a lot more precision to your answers. And what we're seeing at the moment is AI agents basically have this huge untapped resource that they currently don't have access to. And through Neuron, now they're able to do it in an autonomous fashion. And when we start looking at the next phase of AI agents building AI agents, which is going to happen fairly soon, we can start seeing where the power of this comes. And I believe that's it. But yeah, if you'd like to get in touch, we're at neuron.world. And you can also connect with me on Telegram if you'd like to have a chat. Hopefully, not too many sales calls. But yeah, if anyone would like to find out a little bit more about it or start using Neuron within Moonscape or HCS10, or have any other questions, please do get in touch and follow us on Twitter. But thanks very much.
I want to make sure we don't forget to give a huge thank you to Mance Harmon and Dr. Lehman Baird for joining in as well. And then Cantor or Patches, whoever wants to maybe close us out here. Maybe I'll do a soft plug of Genfinity. Follow us at Genfinity.io. Go to Genfinity.io for Constellation content, Algorand content, Hedera content, XTC. I mean, we had all this representation here today. We probably have 300 plus articles on Hedera, which is wild. I'm sure we'll be writing about this. And from my standpoint, huge shout out to all the pitch participants as well. It was really, I know how nerve-wracking it is to get in here and do these types of things because I'm doing them all the time. There was 14 amazing pitch participants. Everybody showed up. Everybody was kind of on time. It was wild that all that kind of went together. And Michael, I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, I'll do a short one and I'll pass it to Patches here. I just want to say that this event has been kind of incredible. Ryan was saying 300 participants. We had 84 full submissions, and 14 of those projects we all met during the last 2 days with Lehman and Mance on a number of showcases. It is a miracle that everything went so smoothly as it did. As we kind of wind down here, just a reminder, follow us at Hashgraph online. You follow my handle at Cantor Codes. install the standards SDK, install the new Hedera agent kit, which, by the way, I think is getting almost 1,000 NPM downloads right now. Give those a shot and explore the world of Hedera X AI. If I leave you with anything at all from these last 2 days, remember these two words, Hedera and AI, because the power of Hedera to accelerate AI is quite huge. And Lehman covered this broadly in so many press. Through the Hedera consensus service, through scheduled transactions and soon batch transactions, there is just so much that you can do with AI, and it makes so much sense. We'll pass it here to Ty to close this out.
Yeah, big responsibility. This has been the coolest hackathon demo day I've ever been a part of. This hackathon was just so, usually they're proprietary, but just seeing the cross-chain participation here, where we can see like this convergence of AI and Web3 is going to impact all networks. We're already seeing that it's going to impact everyone interacting with these networks, and that interconnectivity. So the ability to have that royalty payment for your data set instead of it just being a giant pinata that Facebook has and sells without you getting any value. We're building those primitives and this cross patchwork of networks that are using AI to bring that usability to that user experience that's required for massive adoption. We can't do it if we're all fighting each other as networks. We can't do it if we're trying to tear each other down, but instead we all help each other build each other up. And that's really kind of the through line that I saw from this hackathon. The awesome innovation that we saw with people using OpenConvey, Hashgraph online standards. Like we said, there's a new agent kit that took all of the problems and fixed them and enhanced them, added some new features. So you can go download that. And just thank you to everyone involved, Ryan, Genfinity, everyone who was part of the stream. Again, this was a very huge moment, I think, for Hedera and AI and Web3 and AI together. And I'm just looking forward to how we continually progress this mantra and that we stay true to the crypto ethos of data sovereignty, data privacy, and the whole purpose why we're building these systems is to bring a better quality of life and value to regular consumers, not just make magic internet money go up. So, thanks.
That being said, guys, hang out with me here for a second as I ramp down this stream and try to get these recordings, because there's a lot of them. But yeah, thank you to everybody that watched and everybody that participated. I think this was pretty awesome. So